The way I read it, it was talking about third parties. When we're talking about money transmitters, I thought it said third parties.
Exactly. And
so like for person C who transfers money on behalf from person A to person B.
And if there's an intermediary in the middle,
yeah,
they're a money transmitter. But there could be no intermediary in the middle on this.
Well, that's why they said the Bitcoin miner who then sells their bitcoins to
somebody else.
They are a money transmitter.
They are a money transmitter. This is the point that I had made.
Okay.
They're money transmitter.
Miners,
Miners,
but create the money and then sell. They say that.
Yep. But how many people are doing that right now? That's the trend. People are mining, and you may have 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 miners out there. That's 10,000 people who are not registered as money services businesses running them.
That I agree that does indicate just how little FinCEN actually understands.
I'm vindicated. Thank you. You were scaring me at first, but now.
There's two over here. We only have like 3 minutes left, unfortunately.
So someone mines Bitcoin and then sells the Bitcoin in an exchange, like Mountain Gold or anywhere. Are these people, these miners, in the clear, or they need to register to?
I believe they're in the clear now. It's very convoluted. It's not going to drive, and even the feds do not understand the process. I mean, they're still trying to get their hands around gift card rules in the United States. So please, we are way out here in conceptual stuff. So don't look for. I'm going to tell you, and Marianne can certainly confirm. We sit here and we contemplate regulations and talk about for years about stuff in the payment system. So what we're looking for is cut and dry stuff, and it does not exist now.
And the payment systems are dysfunctional. I mean, just because the money moves, you're happy, but what goes on behind the scenes is ridiculous. So, I mean, that's why we're here to say this is all really cool, but our perspective back to there's what can Bitcoin do within the payment system, and then what are those payment systems going to do?
Can you hit the slides one more time, just right there.
Then it's only if you sell over the counter at the mine.
OTC.
Is when you need to register.
When you need to
Sell over
register.
the counter, you sell.
But the government doesn't know if there's any goods or services attached to that Bitcoin transaction between you and I. You know what I mean? Because the trade isn't being reported, the settlement component is not being reported. So there's a lot of anonymity where this nebulous rule could be applied. Have you ever looked at Federal Trade Commission actions? They don't care. They say, well, by virtue of the Federal Trade Commission Act, we're going to sue you and shut you down. Sucks being you. And that's basically what it is. Okay.
He's had his hand up.
We're talking about the payment system, not about an anonymous payment system. I mean, we perhaps are all fond of anonymity, but I believe that mainstream is not necessarily will not necessarily adopt Bitcoin because of its anonymity. I mean, they might adopt Bitcoin because of the payment system, because of it's a way of transferring your money or holding your money or whatever it is. So
That happens to be done.
that happens to be anonymous,
Exactly.
but it's not a condition for
all transactions, and that is the key.
So
The anonymity comes with it. That's a perceived benefit right now, but it's not. I don't think when people are doing it, or maybe wrong. There's some they're doing it because it's not. Some are
Right now, there's no data to track it at all, and that's the concern, sir.
So if we stay away from hard currencies entirely, I sell my house for 1,000 Bitcoin.
Okay.
They have no rational basis for coming after them, right?
I don't
rational.
Rational. Not to mention the settlement company is not going to be able to fund that transaction. I mean, the
Well,
mortgage
there's no
company.
funding here. We're just staying purely in Bitcoin.
Okay, assuming that there's no mortgage in
Then
Bitcoin.
what was your capital gain?
Yeah. See, that's the
I
thing
own
is-
the house outright.
Okay, but somebody else has to buy it in
But it's
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Okay.
There's no conversion to dollars, yen, whatever.
Okay, so I'm rich and I can buy your house for cash, which I can't, but anyway. So I give it to you,
Bitcoin.
but the settlement is Bitcoin. Now that has to be reported it has to still be reported
Why?
you know, by US dollars, because because they want to know, you know, what your capital gains were, they want to know, you know, taxes, all that stuff still has to be paid, and, you know, your city government isn't going to want to be paid in
So
Bitcoin.
basically, they're saying Bitcoin is absolutely a currency. It's not a commodity.
No, they don't know yet.
That they don't know. That's why all the
But
speculation.
I have
Pork bellies are a commodity. What's a pork belly? I have no freaking clue, but it trades on an exchange. Futures are a commodity. What's a future? It's a future of something. That's a commodity. It's nothing, the underlying asset. Here, the underlying asset of a Bitcoin is virtual.
Yeah.
It's a number. And
Okay, so I apologize. So we're out of time. We're back to back. So we're happy to talk to you. The whole purpose was, this is the payments landscape in the world in which Bitcoin's, you know, surviving. So we're at the laugh and ignore.
But it's cool.
It's cool.
But it's very cool. But use your, open your eyes as you're doing this, because they're already on top of this.
Yeah.
Go in peace.